There's a video about Bruce Lee that hardly anyone has seen. Some say it was banned, others claim it simply vanished. But those who witnessed it can't forget what they saw. In this famous forbidden footage, Bruce did something that made even the toughest fighters stare in disbelief. He stands in the center of the frame, eyes locked, muscles still. The air seems heavy, as if even gravity is waiting for him to move. Then, with a single smooth motion, he strikes. The impossible happens. The crowd gasps, their faces a mix of fear and excitement. Why was this video hidden? Some say it was too extreme for TV. Others think it shows Bruce doing something that science can't explain. Whatever the story, this moment set Bruce Lee apart forever. He wasn't just a fighter, he was something else, something almost supernatural. Bruce Lee was not just another martial artist, he was a mystery. Regular fighters trained for years, honing their bodies, sharpening their skills. But Bruce's abilities were on another level, a level that made scientists scratch their heads even decades later. People still ask, how did he do it? There are experts who have watched his movements in slow motion, trying to figure out the secret. Was it speed? Was it raw power? Or something deeper, hidden in his understanding of the human body? The debates never end. Bruce moved like no one else. Fists blurred, feet flashed, and his whole body seemed to work as one perfect machine. The more you learn about him, the more you realize he was beyond normal. The mystery is not just in what he did, but how he did it. Even today, athletes, trainers, and scientists argue about Bruce Lee. His legend grows because no one can truly explain him. He is a riddle, wrapped in muscle and lightning speed. One day, Bruce Lee was at the gym. To everyone else, it was just another workout. But then, he faced a sandbag weighing about 100 pounds. Heavy, dense, made to take punishment. People knew you could punch it, kick it, maybe make it swing. But what Bruce did next shocked everyone. He took his stance, calm, focused. With one powerful kick, just one, he split the thick, heavy bag clean in half. Sand poured out onto the floor, spilling everywhere. The gym fell silent. No one spoke. No one breathed. They had never seen anything like it. This wasn't supposed to happen. These bags are built to survive years of hits. To see one destroyed by a single kick? It was like watching someone bend steel with bare hands. People started to whisper. Was Bruce Lee even human? It was more than strength. It was the way he moved. Fast, precise, and with total control. The kick wasn't wild, it was like a laser, hitting the exact right spot. That day, Bruce Lee proved he was different. The sandbag was just the beginning. Bruce Lee wasn't a giant. He was only about 5'7", weighing around 140 pounds. In the world of fighting, that's not big. Most people expect power to come from size. But Bruce broke all the rules. He had a kind of strength that didn't make sense. People watching him often did a double take. How could someone so lean hit so hard? It wasn't just muscle, it was something inside. Focus, technique, perfect timing. Bruce showed that real power comes from how you use your body, not just how much you weigh. He trained every part of himself. Core, legs, arms, even his mind. Everything worked together. When he moved, his whole body was behind every punch and kick. That's why people say he hit like a truck, even though he looked like a runner. Bruce made everyone question what real strength means. He proved you don't need to be the biggest in the room. You just need to know how to use what you have. And Bruce used every bit of himself, every second, every move. There's one story that keeps coming up. The time Bruce faced Vic Moore, a top karate champion. The challenge was simple. Bruce would throw a punch. Vic had to block it. Sounds easy, right? But for Vic, it was like trying to stop a bullet. Bruce stood still, eyes locked on Vic. Then, lightning fast, his fist shot out. Vic tried to block, but nothing happened. Over and over, Bruce struck, 8 times in a row. Not once could Vic stop him. The crowd was stunned. His speed wasn't just fast, it was invisible. But, it wasn't just about being quick. Bruce could read his opponent. He knew what Vic would do before Vic himself did. He moved first, always a step ahead. This was anticipation, not just reflexes. It made Bruce almost unbeatable. People said it looked like magic, but it was pure skill. Years of training, perfect timing, and a mind sharper than any sword. Bruce Lee was not just faster, he was smarter, reading the fight as if he knew the ending before it began. Not long after the sandbag incident, Bruce tried something even crazier. He faced a 135-kilogram heavy bag. These bags are monsters. Even big fighters can barely make the move. But Bruce had a different plan. He squared up, took a breath, and with one kick, launched the bag off its chain. It flew through the air like it weighed nothing. The other fighters were stunned. Trainers and friends just stared, mouths open. No one believed what they had just seen. How was this possible? Physics says a small man shouldn't move such a massive weight so easily. Scientists looked at the footage and shook their heads. The numbers didn't add up. But the bag didn't care about science. It just flew. This was Bruce in his element, doing what no one thought was possible again and again. He didn't ignore the laws of nature. He used them. He understood them better than anyone. And that's why he could make the impossible seem easy. Maybe Bruce Lee's most famous feat is the 1-inch punch. It sounds like a trick. How much power can you get from just an inch? But Bruce made it legendary. He would stand inches from someone, hand barely off their chest. Then with a snap, he would send them flying. The secret? It wasn't just muscle, it was unity. Bruce's body moved as one, legs, hips, core, arm, fist, all at the same time. Every muscle fired together in perfect order. The result was a shockwave of force, all from a tiny movement. People watching were always amazed. Some thought it was fake, but it was real. Bruce had trained his body so well that every part helped every punch. He was like a coiled spring ready to explode at a moment's notice. It showed the real secret: coordination, timing, and total control. Bruce didn't need to swing wildly. He just needed to move perfectly. That's what made the 1-inch punch so famous and so feared. Here's the truth. Bruce Lee did not break the laws of physics. He mastered them. He studied movement, balance, force, every rule that controls the body. Then he bent those rules to his will. While others fought against nature, Bruce worked with it. He understood leverage, angles, and timing like a scientist. Every kick, every punch was a lesson in perfect mechanics. He found ways to generate power that no one had thought of before. He didn't cheat. He just played the game better than anyone else. People say he was superhuman, but the real story is even better. Bruce was human, just one who pushed himself to the limit, who learned every secret his body had to offer. That's why watching him is still so exciting. He showed us what humans can do. Bruce Lee's genius wasn't just in fighting. It was in understanding. He made the impossible seem real, not by magic, but by perfect mastery. Decades after his death, Bruce Lee's legend only grows. The stories get bigger, the feats more impossible. But at the heart of it all is a simple truth. Bruce Lee made people believe in something greater. He made us question what we thought was possible. People watch his videos again and again, trying to find the secret. Scientists, fighters, and fans all want to know, how did he do it? The answer is awe. Bruce Lee's power was real, but his greatest power was to inspire, to make us dream bigger, train harder, and never give up. The banned video may never be found. Maybe it's just a myth. But the feeling Bruce Lee gave to everyone who saw him, that shock, that excitement, that belief in the impossible, will never fade. Bruce Lee didn't just fight, he changed the world, and that is a secret worth remembering forever. Most people hit the gym, lace up their shoes, and start sweating with one goal in mind: to get better. They want to lift heavier, run faster, or master a new skill. It's the standard approach. Show up, put in the work, and hope to see progress over time. Whether it's athletes pushing through drills, martial artists repeating forms, or everyday people grinding through their routines, the focus is almost always on improvement. That's the normal way. You train to add something new, to build on what you already have. You practice, you get stronger, faster, sharper. Every session is about stacking up those small wins, inching closer to your goals, and feeling that sense of accomplishment as you see yourself improve. But Bruce Lee? He was different. He didn't train just to improve. He trained to destroy his weaknesses. For Bruce, training wasn't about adding more trophies to his shelf or just being better than yesterday. It was about identifying every single flaw, every limitation, and attacking it relentlessly. He didn't just want to be good, he wanted to be unstoppable. Bruce Lee's mindset was on another level. He saw every weakness as a threat, something that could be exploited by an opponent or hold him back from reaching his true potential. For Bruce, every weakness was an enemy. He hunted down the flaws in his body and mind, whether it was a physical limitation, a technical gap, or even a mental block. He believed that true mastery came not from piling on strengths, but from eliminating anything that could make him vulnerable. Then he worked to erase them, one by one. If his grip was weak, he trained his hands until they were like steel. If his kicks lacked height or speed, he drilled them until they were flawless. If his mind wandered, he meditated until his focus was razor sharp. This mindset set him apart from the crowd. While others were content to polish their strengths, Bruce was obsessed with turning his weaknesses into strengths, or making them disappear entirely. He didn't just train harder, he trained smarter, always searching for the next flaw to conquer. A lot of people train hard, but they focus on building their strengths. They celebrate what they're already good at, and sometimes ignore the areas where they struggle. It's comfortable to stay in your zone of strength, but that's not where real growth happens. Bruce did the opposite. He hunted his limitations and made them disappear. He wasn't afraid to look at his weaknesses head on, to admit where he fell short, and to put in the work to fix it. That's what made him a true innovator, not just in martial arts, but in life. That's why Bruce Lee became a legend. He didn't just add more, he removed what held him back. He understood that greatness isn't just about what you have, but about what you're willing to let go of. By eliminating his weaknesses, he revealed his true power. He trained to eliminate weakness, not just to get better. And that's the difference between being good and becoming unforgettable. Bruce Lee's days started before most people even woke up. While the world was still quiet and the city lights flickered in the distance, Bruce was already lacing up his shoes, preparing his mind and body for the challenges ahead. The early morning air was cool, sometimes biting, but Bruce welcomed it. He saw these moments as sacred, a time when he could push himself without distraction, when the only sound was the steady rhythm of his own breath and footsteps. Every morning, rain or shine, he ran miles. It didn't matter if the sky was clear or if heavy rain soaked his clothes. Bruce believed that discipline meant showing up, no matter the conditions. He ran through fog, through drizzle, through the kind of weather that made most people stay in bed. For Bruce, these runs weren't just about physical endurance. They were about mental toughness, about proving to himself that he could overcome any obstacle, starting with the hardest one, getting out the door. He believed running was the foundation. It was the base upon which all his other training was built. Running strengthened his body, but it also sharpened his mind. Each stride was a lesson in persistence, each mile a test of willpower. Bruce knew that if he could conquer the road in the morning, he could conquer anything that came later in the day. It built his lungs, his legs, and his heart. No excuses, no skipping days. Uphill sprints burned his muscles, long runs expanded his endurance, and every session made him stronger. Bruce didn't believe in shortcuts. He understood that greatness was forged in the moments when no one was watching, when it would have been easy to quit. He pushed himself to the limit, always striving to be better than he was yesterday. After running, he didn't rest. He went straight into technical training. There was no pause, no time to catch his breath. Bruce moved seamlessly from one discipline to the next, channeling the energy from his run into his martial arts practice. He believed that momentum was everything. Once you stopped, it was hard to start again. Kicks, punches, footwork, over and over until it was perfect. He repeated each movement hundreds of times, breaking down every technique until it became second nature. Bruce was relentless in his pursuit of mastery. He knew that repetition was the key to perfection, and he never settled for good enough. Every session was an opportunity to refine his skills, to push his limits, and to get closer to his vision of martial arts excellence. He drilled until his body couldn't get it wrong. There were no easy days. Bruce didn't believe in them. He embraced the struggle, knowing that every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, was a step toward greatness. For Bruce, training wasn't just a routine, it was a way of life, a daily commitment to self-improvement. Every hour of his day was scheduled around training. He didn't waste a minute. Bruce was meticulous with his time, planning each session with precision. Whether it was strength training, flexibility, or technical drills, he made sure every moment counted. He believed that time was the most valuable resource, and he refused to let any of it slip away. If he had a break, he used it to stretch, shadow box, or study movement. Even in moments of rest, Bruce was working, analyzing his form, visualizing techniques, or improving his flexibility. He understood that greatness was built in the details, in the small choices made throughout the day. He never allowed laziness to creep in. His routine wasn't just about doing more, it was about never stopping. That's the difference. Bruce Lee's relentless drive, his refusal to settle, and his commitment to constant improvement set him apart. For him, every day was a new opportunity to push his limits, to become stronger, faster, and better than before. That's what made Bruce Lee a legend. While most people look for comfort during the day, Bruce Lee attacked his weaknesses. He spent hours on technique, how you move, how you punch. The smallest details mattered to him. He broke every movement down. If his kick was off by an inch, he fixed it. If his stance felt awkward, he changed it. He was brutally honest with himself. No ego, just truth. Bruce knew that comfort was the enemy. If something felt easy, he made it harder. He forced himself to practice the things he hated, the things he wasn't good at. This grinding, uncomfortable work made him sharper. He didn't let himself hide from his flaws. He faced them head-on every single day. For Bruce Lee, the day didn't end when the sun went down. At night, when most people relaxed, he lifted weights. He believed physical strength supported technical skill. So he pushed his body to the limit. He focused on explosive power, fast lifts, compound movements, and non-stop intensity. Bruce didn't want to be big. He wanted to be strong and fast. Every set had a purpose. This routine was brutal. Imagine running in the morning, crushing technique all day, then lifting heavy at night. That's obsession. That's sacrifice. No one was watching him. There were no crowds. Just Bruce, alone, grinding through the pain. That's where champions are made. So, Bruce Lee had this philosophy, right? Comfort is poison. He believed that the moment you start feeling comfortable, you stop growing. For Bruce, comfort wasn't just a physical state. It was a mental trap. He saw it as the silent enemy that slowly kills ambition, creativity, and drive. If you're always seeking the easy way, you're never really challenging yourself. And Bruce Lee? He was all about the challenge. He saw comfort as the thing that kills growth. If you're comfortable, you're not improving. You're just staying the same, stuck in one place, never moving forward. Bruce believed that real progress only happens when you step outside your comfort zone, when you push yourself into the unknown, and when you're willing to face discomfort head-on. You're just, stuck. He actually built his training to make himself uncomfortable. Every workout, every drill, every repetition was designed to push his limits. He didn't want things to be easy. He wanted to feel the burn, the fatigue, the pain, because he knew that's where the magic happened. He believed that if you're not struggling, you're not getting better. That's, how you grow. He chased the feeling of struggle. He didn't run from it. He ran toward it. For Bruce, struggle was a sign that he was on the right path. He embraced the grind, the sweat, the exhaustion, because he knew that every moment of discomfort was making him stronger, faster, and more resilient. He wanted it to hurt because he knew that's where progress happened. Pain wasn't something to avoid, it was something to seek out. He saw pain as a teacher, a guide that showed him where he needed to improve. Every ache, every sore muscle, every drop of sweat was proof that he was pushing past his limits. Bruce didn't care about what felt good, he cared about what made him better. He wasn't interested in shortcuts or quick fixes. He wanted to earn every bit of progress through hard work and sacrifice. For Bruce, the easy path was never an option. He believed that true mastery only comes from embracing the hard road. He used pain as a tool. Every time he felt like stopping, he pushed harder. When his body screamed for rest, he found a way to keep going. He turned discomfort into motivation, using it as fuel to drive himself further than he ever thought possible. That's what set him apart from everyone else. This hatred of comfort, it really set Bruce apart. While others looked for excuses to quit, Bruce looked for reasons to keep going. He thrived in the struggle, finding purpose and meaning in every challenge. He knew that greatness was never found in comfort. It was forged in the fire of adversity. It's easy to quit when things get hard. But Bruce Lee never let himself quit. He made a promise to himself to never back down, no matter how tough things got. He believed that the only way to truly grow was to keep moving forward, even when every part of you wants to stop. He used discomfort as fuel. For Bruce Lee, pain wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of something greater. He turned every moment of struggle into a stepping stone toward mastery, proving that the easy path is never the one that leads to greatness. There are many legends in sports. Muhammad Ali, for example, trained with incredible discipline. He had routines, rules, and rituals. Ali was famous for his work ethic and his willpower. But Bruce Lee was different. He wasn't just disciplined, he was obsessed. Training wasn't a duty, it was his life. He didn't clock out. He didn't take breaks or vacations from his goals. This obsession gave him an edge. While others trained to win, Bruce trained because he had to. It was part of his identity. He couldn't ignore it, even for a day. That's the real difference. Discipline is strong, but obsession is unstoppable. Bruce was relentless. That's why his legacy endures. People always talk about Bruce Lee's speed and strength, but that's not what made him deadly. His real power came from clarity. He knew exactly what he wanted and what mattered. Bruce stripped his training down to the essentials. No wasted effort, no useless moves. He focused only on what worked. That focus made everything sharper, faster, and more effective. Clarity let him cut through confusion. While others tried to do everything, Bruce did only what mattered most. This gave him a unique edge. He was never distracted. That's why Bruce Lee seemed superhuman. It wasn't just about muscles or moves. It was about knowing with absolute certainty what needed to be done. Bruce Lee's motto was simple: absorb what is useful, discard what is not. He believed that too much is just as bad as too little. You don't get better by adding more. You get better by removing what's holding you back. He was brutal about this. If a technique didn't work, he cut it. If a habit slowed him down, he killed it. He simplified everything: his movements, his routines, even his diet. This was his secret weapon. Simplicity made him faster, lighter, and more focused. He didn't waste energy. He didn't get distracted by trends or fads. Bruce Lee became a master not by piling on, but by letting go. That's how he found real power. The lesson from Bruce Lee isn't just to work harder, it's to work smarter and more honestly. Don't just pile on more hours. Look at your weaknesses and attack them. Be honest with yourself. Find what's holding you back, then destroy it. Don't let comfort fool you into thinking you're improving. Growth happens in the hard places. Remember, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters, with clarity and purpose. That's the way to real strength. If you want to be the best, don't just train more. Train better. Train with honesty. That's how you eliminate weakness and become unstoppable. Some fights live forever, etched into history and replayed in our minds. Others, however, slip quietly into darkness, their details fading with time, their impact felt only by those who were there. In the world of martial arts, stories get twisted and retold. Videos vanish, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. Witnesses stay silent, bound by loyalty, fear, or respect. What really happened in those hidden moments? Sometimes the truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered in dusty archives or whispered in late-night conversations. Other times, it's locked away in memory, held tightly by those who lived it, never to be shared with the world. Bruce Lee's legend is built on fights both seen and unseen. His public victories are celebrated, but it's the secret battles that truly shaped his myth. You know about the movies, the choreographed fights, the cinematic glory, the moments that made him a global icon. But real battles, raw, unscripted, and unpredictable, are rare. They happened behind closed doors, witnessed by only a few, and remembered by even fewer. Some of these moments were recorded, only to be erased or lost forever, as if someone wanted them to disappear from history. Some, like this one, survive only through whispers, rumors passed from one generation to the next, growing more mysterious with each retelling. Why do some fights get hidden? Maybe it's pride, a desire to protect reputations. Maybe it's shame, a wish to forget what happened. Or maybe it's something deeper. Or maybe the truth was simply too powerful, too shocking for the world to see. Some stories are kept secret because they change everything. There's something electric about an event so intense, so meaningful, that it never fades. Even if there's no footage, no proof, just the memory. This is the story of one such fight, a battle shrouded in secrecy, yet powerful enough to echo through time. It lasted just 11 seconds. 11 seconds that changed everything for those who witnessed it. But those seconds spoke volumes, about power, about character, about truth itself. In those fleeting moments, legends are born and history is made. At the heart of this tale are three men. Each of them played a unique role in a story that would echo through martial arts history. Their paths crossed in a small, unassuming gym, but what happened there would ripple outwards, shaping legends and inspiring generations. First, Bruce Lee, the Dragon himself. Young, intense, already a legend in Seattle's martial arts circles. He was driven by curiosity, not just by fists. Bruce was always searching for new ways to test himself, to push the boundaries of what was possible. Even then, his reputation was growing, drawing attention from all corners of the city. People whispered about his speed, his philosophy, and his relentless drive to improve. For Bruce, every challenge was an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and to prove that martial arts was more than just combat. It was a way of life. Then there was the challenger. His name isn't carved in history like Bruce's, but he was no amateur. He was skilled, maybe even confident he could teach the young master a lesson. This wasn't about hate. It was about proving something. Maybe to himself, maybe to the world. He represented all those who doubted Bruce, who questioned his methods and his rise. The challenger stepped onto the mat, not just to fight, but to test the limits of his own abilities, and perhaps to claim a piece of the legend for himself. The third man was Jesse Glover. He was Bruce's first student in America. More than that, he was a witness, a friend, someone who saw the truth and who helped it survive when everyone else tried to forget. Without Jesse, this fight might have vanished. Instead, we have his account, a window into a moment that shaped Bruce Lee's legend. Jesse's words give us a rare glimpse into the intensity of that day, the energy in the room, and the impact it had on everyone present. Through Jesse, the story lives on, reminding us that legends are built not just by those who fight, but by those who remember. The setting was simple. No spotlights, no roaring crowd. Just the creak of old wooden floors and the faint scent of sweat lingering in the air, a testament to countless hours of training and discipline. It was just a quiet room in Seattle, thick with anticipation. Imagine the tension, almost tangible, as if the very walls were holding their breath. Two martial artists, circling each other, every movement deliberate and measured. One man's reputation was on the line, his legacy at stake. The other's curiosity burned, eager to test what he had heard and seen. There were no judges, no referees, no official rules to follow. Only the unspoken code of martial artists governed this encounter. You fight with respect. You fight for understanding, for growth, and for the truth that lies at the heart of every discipline. Still, the air was heavy, almost electric. Every eye in the room was fixed on the fighters. Every heartbeat seemed to echo in the silence. Every breath, every shuffle of feet, every subtle shift in stance seemed amplified, as if the silence itself was amplifying the smallest sounds and movements. Jesse Glover stood back, alert and observant, his eyes never leaving the fighters. He was more than a spectator. He was a witness to history in the making. He knew this was more than just a fight. It was a moment that could change everything, a crossroads of tradition and innovation. It was a test, not just of skill, but of philosophy, of belief systems clashing in the most direct way possible. Would Bruce's revolutionary approach stand up to the challenge? Was his confidence, his vision, truly justified in the face of tradition? No one in the room could predict the outcome. The uncertainty only added to the tension, making every second feel stretched and significant. But everyone could feel it. Something big was about to happen. The air was thick with possibility, and history was waiting to be written in that silent, expectant room. Then it started. The challenger moved first, fast, aggressive. He wanted to catch Bruce off guard, but Bruce read him like an open book. In a flash, he closed the distance. 11 seconds. That's all it took. In that brief storm, Bruce unleashed a combination so precise, so overwhelming, the challenger never stood a chance. Every move had intention. Every strike was controlled, but unyielding. Jesse Glover watched, stunned. He later described it as surgical. Bruce didn't hesitate. He didn't waste energy. He moved like water, fluid, unstoppable, adapting instantly to the challenger's every reaction. The fight was over before most people would have realized it had begun. 11 seconds of truth, witnessed by just a few. What made Bruce different wasn't just his speed, it was his mind. He saw openings before they appeared. He anticipated, reacted, and dominated, all in a heartbeat. His technique was sharp, but his control was even sharper. Bruce didn't aim to hurt. He aimed to prove a point. Every punch, every block, every step forward was a statement. This is what understanding looks like. Others trained for years, repeating forms, memorizing moves. Bruce believed in something deeper. He trained to understand. He questioned everything, even his own method. That's why he was a master, not just a fighter. In those 11 seconds, Bruce showed the difference between learning moves and mastering truth. Here's the thing about Bruce Lee. He didn't fight to show off. He didn't need applause. For Bruce, fighting wasn't about crushing an opponent. It was about searching for truth. He said it himself. All types of knowledge ultimately mean self-knowledge. That's what this fight was about. Not proving he was the best, but proving that real understanding comes from honest testing. Ego is the enemy of growth. Bruce knew that. He didn't gloat after his victory. He didn't broadcast it. In fact, he tried to keep it quiet. Maybe he thought there was nothing to prove, except to himself. His motivation? Pure curiosity. A desire to explore the limits of his own art and to learn from every encounter. Bruce Lee shocked the martial arts world when he said, "I do not believe in styles." For him, it was never about which style was better. Styles were traps, fixed, rigid, limiting. This fight proved his point. The challenger came with his own style, his own rules. Bruce came with an open mind. He adapted, improvised, and overwhelmed. Not because his style was superior, but because he understood how to flow. Understanding is the real weapon. Techniques are just tools. Bruce's genius was in seeing beyond forms, into the heart of combat. He took what worked, discarded what didn't. That's why he won in 11 seconds. The lesson? Don't get trapped by labels. True mastery comes from breaking free. Fame never impressed Bruce Lee. He didn't want to be remembered as just a movie star or even just a fighter. He wanted to inspire, to push people beyond their limits, physically, mentally, spiritually. He knew that empty fame was a dead end. He refused to chase it. That's why he hid some of his greatest moments. He didn't need the world to see every victory. He needed the world to understand the journey. Even after the 11-second fight, Bruce went back to work. No press releases, no headlines, just more training, more questioning, more growth. That's how legends are made, not by what you show, but by what you stand for. His real legacy? Undefeated, not because he never lost, but because he never stopped learning. So what do we take from these 11 seconds of truth? It's simple. Martial arts isn't about beating others. It's about beating your own limitations. It's not about styles, it's about understanding. Bruce Lee's true victory was over ignorance, over ego, over fear. He fought for growth, not glory, for exploration, not domination. He lived and fought for truth itself. That's why his legend endures. Not because he was undefeated in the ring, but because he was undefeated in his pursuit of truth. He left us a challenge, not to imitate, but to seek our own understanding every single day. In the end, it's not about who saw the fight or how long it lasted. It's about what it taught us. The real fight is always within.